In the winter of 2013, in the quiet suburbs of Atlanta, a seemingly ordinary Christmas gift turned into a nightmare for one unsuspecting recipient. Little did they know, the Disney's Frozen Elsa doll they received for a gift for their daughter would become a vessel for what seems a vengeful spirit, setting off a series of chilling events that would challenge their understanding of reality. As the doll's supernatural force began to manifest, it triggered a desperate quest for answers, leading them into the depths of the unknown. This is the tale of the haunted doll, a story of fear, friendship, and the unyielding pursuit of a solution in the face of the inexplicable. The winter of 2013, I recently turned 11. This winter was especially harsh in the suburbs of Atlanta, and as the holiday season approached, the chill in the air seemed to seep into our bones. On Christmas morning, amidst the festive decorations and joyful laughter, I unwrapped a beautifully wrapped box to reveal a Disney's Frozen Elsa doll. Its icy blue eyes and sparkling gown seemed to come alive as I held it in my hands, unaware of the eerie fate that awaited me. As the days passed, I noticed subtle changes in the doll's behavior. At first, it was innocent enough, a change in position, a subtle shift in its gaze, but soon its actions grew more alarming. One night as I laid in bed, I heard a soft melodic voice drifting through the darkness. "Do you want to build a snowman?" it whispered, first in English and then in Spanish, the words hanging in the air like a ghostly echo. For the record, the doll was designed specifically to say aloud phrases from the movie Frozen and sing "Let It Go" when the button on its necklace was pressed, as it first did the first few days. Terrified, I sat up, searching the room for the source of the voice. To my horror, it was the doll, its tiny mouth moving as if it had a life of its own. "You want to play with me?" it continued, its voice now with a sound of anger and desperation. I couldn't believe my eyes or ears. I rushed to my parents, trying to explain the bizarre situation, but they dismissed my fears as childish imagination. Determined to prove them wrong, I decided to confide in my 16-year-old sister, Melissa. One night, I told Melissa to come over to my room to watch a movie, hoping that the presence of another person would dispel the haunting atmosphere surrounding the doll. As we sat in my room watching a comedy movie and giggling at the funny scenes, the doll suddenly came to life, its voice a haunting whisper. "I can see you," it said, the words freezing the air between us. Melissa's eyes widened in terror, her gaze fixed on the doll. Did it just speak?" she stuttered, her voice barely audible. I nodded, my heart pounding in my chest. "It's been doing this for days. I don't know what to do." We decided to investigate the doll, searching for any clues about its origins or the strange power it seemed to possess. Hours turned into days as we delved into articles online about the supernatural and consulted online forums, desperate for answers. One night, as we huddled over the doll, trying to communicate with whatever entity inhabited it, the room suddenly grew icy cold. The doll's eyes glowed a brilliant blue and it spoke with a voice filled with creepiness. "I am the spirit of Lisa, bound to this doll," it said, its words sending shivers down our spines as the doll just used my own name as its name. "I seek warmth in life, but I can only find it through you." Terror-stricken, we realized we were dealing with something far beyond our understanding. Determined to find a solution, we sought the help of a knowledgeable old woman friend of the family, rumored to be skilled in the ways of the supernatural. The old woman, Mrs. Garcia, examined the doll carefully, her eyes narrowing in concentration. "This doll is cursed," she murmured, her voice grave. "It houses the spirit of a lost soul, longing for release." She explained that the spirit, trapped within the doll, was seeking a connection to the living world. She told my parents we must get rid of the doll immediately. My parents, still shocked and disbelief, told Mrs. Garcia, "It's okay, it's just a doll." They decided to ignore her warnings. A couple of days had passed since then. At this point, the doll had been with us for almost a month. My parents finally witnessed the supernatural entity. I refused to sleep with the doll in my room and would leave it in the living room. So one late at night, while watching TV in the living room, my parents saw it finally speak. The doll said, according to my parents, "I can see you." They said it went for minutes. They even took out the batteries and the doll continued. At the end, my dad got it to shut up by banging it on the table a couple of times. What happened next made their arm and neck hairs stand up, as 3 plates from the kitchen cabinets fell one after the other, seemingly showing that it was angry with my dad for banging it on the table to get it to shut up. After that night, my parents finally believed me and felt there was something inexplicably creepy with this doll. My dad decided to take the creepy doll and throw it out. However, weeks later, my parents found it on the couch in their living room. My sister and me insisted we weren't the ones to put it there, and after giving it a brief thought, they believed us because we wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside. At this point, Elsa ceased to sing the English rendition of Let It Go altogether, speaking only Spanish when pressed. My parents then decided to go ahead and double-bag the bizarre doll and placed it at the bottom of our trash can, which was taken out on garbage day. We went on a family trip shortly after. However, when we returned, Elsa too had come back and was waiting in the backyard of our home. In the following days, we decided to get rid of the doll again. This time, my parents mailed Elsa to a family friend in Wisconsin, who taped the haunted doll to the front bumper of his pickup truck. It seemed to work, as till this day, even years after my sister and me moving away for college, my parents say it doesn't seem to have made its way back to Atlanta yet, almost a decade later, as it hasn't been seen since. As the years passed, my life returned to normal, but the memory of the haunted doll continued to haunt my dreams. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something lingered in the shadows, watching and waiting. On cold, wintry nights, I still hear echoes of the haunted doll's voice whispering in the wind, a chilling reminder of the supernatural mystery I had faced and the frozen echoes that still rest in the depths of my soul. The experience changed me, leaving me with a newfound respect for the supernatural and a lingering fear of the unknown.